Hey guys!
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a band that we've checked out before, not on the channel, but in person. They're the winners of this year's Wacken Metal Battle Iceland 2022, and I believe they finished in 4th place in Wacken itself, in the big competition there, with all bands representing all parts of the globe. So the name of the band is Múr. Múr. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. And this is a live I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the song. This is a live performance at MIT, not the one in the US. I guess there's an MIT in Iceland. Maybe there's MITs everywhere. Just like assholes, they're everywhere. And anyhow, I think it was part of the graduation party ceremony, something along those lines. One of them finally made it out of school.
Yeah.
And now they want to be an artist and be poor. I'm sure the parents are thrilled with this idea. All right, after they spent all that money putting them through school. Anyhow, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking check this out. let me go first. But I want to get your take on this, not just on this song, but on your experience. No, and on your experience of seeing them live, because we've seen a full set from these guys. And we voted for them in first place. I mean, only one judge didn't vote for these guys in first place. Oh, what a douche, Oliver. But anyways, most of us that know what the fuck we're talking about voted for them in first place, because the moment they start performing...
No, but he said that
everybody knew they were going to be the winners.
He didn't vote them in first place because he wanted to be different.
He already looks different. He doesn't need to vote to be different. Anyways, that Tonton haircut of his, like, I mean, I love the dude. But anyways, I just figure I'll throw him under the bus a little bit. But anyhow, let me start off by saying this. The people you see in the front there, that's the parents. Because this is a performance at their graduation, so the people you're seeing in the front is parents, family members, that kind of stuff. I'm sure some of them is probably the first time that they're hearing them play, and they're like, "Fuck, is this why I've been getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go sell tickets at the Dick Museum to pay for this shit? Fuck." I should have put my balls on top of one of those fucking geysers and call it a day. I'm sure some of them are thinking that because they're not well versed like you and me.
Yes.
And the music stuff. So anyway, I wanted to say that. So in case you guys are wondering, who are these people standing there? So that's number one. Number two, the camera angle, the videography of this could have been a lot better. I feel like the guy filming this went to the Seymour Butts School of Film, because it had a little bit of a Gonzo vibe to it. A little bit more steady there. Steadier hands were called for, but it didn't really ruin the essence. I mean, the whole video could have been a black screen. You'd still get the essence.
It better if it was a black screen, to be honest with
you. Yeah,
my eyes. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are strained because of all
the red.
No, it's the flickering too, though.
Yeah. The light's coming on and off.
For 10 minutes, it was a video with a bunch of flickering. You know, if you had epilepsy, there's a warning.
Well, you don't.
I don't have epilepsy, but flashing lights does strain my eyes a little bit.
All right.
So my eyes are strained right now.
Like I said, the video could have been.
I wish it was a black screen.
Even a steadier camera.
Or just like them with the red lighting. They don't need the fucking lighting to flicker.
I know. I agree.
All they need is the red lighting, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
It's a mist. Something.
Their sound is kind of hard to define what it is, because I remember when we watched them live at the battle, some people were like, "Oh, black metal." It's not really black metal. I can see where you get that from the vocal performance, but it's not really black. It's very atmospheric. And that is for sure. But I wouldn't define it necessarily as black. I wouldn't go there at all, because to me it doesn't have those kind of elements outside of maybe the vocal performance.
So blackened.
Blackened something. Blackened something. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what they define themselves as far as
metal.
But whatever it is, I mean, these guys are in line when it comes to like great bands to come out of Iceland. When you think of like Holskefla, Skalmold, Power Paladin, Lamb of God, all great bands coming out of Iceland. Okay, maybe not Lamb of God, but you know what I'm saying.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Not like the others. So anyways, these guys, the moment... This was almost unanimous. The moment they went on stage on that battle and they played the first song, even before the first song was finished, you knew they were the winners. Because nobody was as close nobody was even close to them in terms of how good their musicianship is. I mean, they're going to school to be musicians. That's what they went to school for. So that obviously helps and it plays a role on how you construct your songs. But nobody was even close. I mean, their musicianship, the way they crafted their music, everything about them. And in this performance, you don't see the way they dress on stage, because obviously this is a ceremony here, and they look like casual folks. But when they were performing at the battle, they were all in their gear face paint and all sorts of stuff. So they create even more of an image around themselves.
And not only that, the hype around the keytar, every time he raised it in the air, the crowd went wild.
He also plays drums in another band that competed at that same contest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
the guy is incredible. He can do everything.
He was trying to use two ways to win that.
But I figure the more bands you enter, the more chances you have.
If you're a part of all the bands, you don't lose. You literally.
I mean, it's Iceland, so I mean the musicians perhaps are limited. Scarce, exactly. So you kind of have to do what you can.
Yeah, but you are right. I mean, I think I was standing around the middle, and then I went back, and then I looked at everybody, and I think everybody agreed after the first song, like, okay, we found our winners.
The night got better as it progressed until them.
Yeah.
And then when they came on, they kind of ruined it for everybody else.
after them, yeah.
It's like going out with a girl that just went out with a black guy. You know, it's kind of ruined it for the rest of us. So they were kind of that black guy that ruined it for the rest of us. You know, it is what it is. I mean, it just is what it is.
More like a Tinder date. Yeah, it's more like a Tinder date.
You know what I mean? They kind of made things just completely unreasonable afterwards. Because it was just like, after
once you go to them, why go back?
Yeah, like, you know, once you got that, it's like... not to say that the other bands that came after, there wasn't some good bands.
It's just they weren't as good as them.
No,
so
because they raised the bar to such a level, and nobody else could even come close.
Yeah.
So it was a great performance. They're a great band. The fact that they finished 4th at Wacken just really speaks to their talent, because it's not like they were playing against, like, you know, your run-of-the-mill, like, local band. I mean, they were playing against the top tier that enter from all these different countries going there. So that really says a lot about these guys. I'm honestly shocked that Season of Mist somehow hasn't signed them. I feel like they are a band. When you look at a label, and you look at what that label has as far as bands on their roster, and the sound that those bands have, and you look at these guys, Soul Saphir is part of that same label. I don't understand how those two things haven't come together as one.
I think they need to.
I think they need to. Like, do I have to make a phone call to somebody on Season?
Probably.
I know quite a few people there. So, you know, like, seriously, this band and that label is a marriage made in hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you sometimes one of the issues that I find with a lot of upcoming bands is that they want to get signed to a big label. And that's understandable, because you want to get the reach that that big label gives you. But sometimes your sound doesn't match the label that you're on, because that label is promoting or pushing forward different kinds of bands with different kinds of sounds. So, for example...
So you'll never meet that cut of those...
Well, you're going to get shoved
to the
under
bottom.
the pile,
Yeah.
at the bottom of the pile, because there's other bands on top. Like if you're a metalcore band, you're looking at Sumerian Records, you're looking at Fearless Records. You got to look for a label, you know, Solid State Records.
That caters to
that genre that can really help you push you into the right audience. You know, if you're a metalcore band and you want to break out in that genre, those are the labels you want to go for. You don't want Napalm Records. You don't want Nuclear Blast. Those are not the labels really for you. And if you're a band with this sound, with this like ambiguous, you know, gender or genre neutral, genre neutral sound, there is no better label out there, in my humble opinion, than Season of Mist. Honestly. I mean, they're all about the avant-garde. And this is pretty avant-garde. Maybe not too avant-garde, but definitely there's some avant-garde in there. At least there's on-guard.
On-guard is
There's definitely some on-guard. So I think that's a marriage that needs to happen at some point. This band has incredible talent. I highly recommend everybody watching this video to go check them out on their social media, check them out on Spotify, whatever it is. These guys are outstanding for their age. And for what they've done so far, which hasn't been a lot.
And what they've come together to show. Like,
yeah, and in that short period of time, what they've been able to reach. Like, to win one competition, to finish 4th in the other.
I mean...
They really...
The future's looking bright.
Extremely bright.
Yeah.
Extremely bright. The music scene in Iceland is rich. As rich as their seashore lines. Full of animal life and great fish and let's not forget the Dick Museum. While not part of the seashore life, it is on the coast. It is near the pier.
It is right next to the pier.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of that fishy smell coming into it. Maybe because of said dicks. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. The important thing is that Iceland really has a thriving music scene, metal music scene, and these guys are at the spearhead of that thriving music scene. So go check them out. They're an incredible band, and I think that's all I need to say.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are a fucking good band, and I gotta say, bringing us back to the competition, when they did go on stage, the presence they have on stage. I mean, especially the lead singer with the guitar, I gotta bring that back. I mean, that's what got the crowd going. Every time he raised it in the air, it's
Didn't he have like a robe almost like the dude from Castlevania or something?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But like every time he raised it in the air, it was like Spartacus, or it was like...
Are you entertained?
Yeah, like the sword up in the air, ready to lead the army into battle. Like that's what...
Yeah, he has huge presence.
He has a huge presence on stage. these guys are going places.
I agree. Go check them out, please. Go check them out. Help promote them and help spread the word. And I honestly feel like Season of Mist and these guys have to get together at some point.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you all at the next one. Take care.
See ya.